You're in an old kitchen. The air is warm, heavy with the scent of cloves and old wood smoke. There's a cookbook open on the table, leather-bound, stained by time, its pages yellowed and curling like old leaves. You run your fingers across the ink, the script elegant, practiced, familiar, until you read the next line. Backslash. You blink. Read it again. Surely it means something else. A trick of translation. An old phrase for something innocent, forgotten by time. But no, it's plain, deliberate. Human fat. Listed beside cinnamon, nutmeg, and dried apple peel. You found it. The book you'd heard whispers about. The Black Cookbook. 18th century Europe, London, mostly, was a strange place to be both hungry and curious. Recipes were more than instructions, they were rituals. Not just for nourishment, but for influence. To heal, to harm, to control. And tucked inside this obscure kitchen compendium is an entire section marked only by a carved crescent moon. No title, no explanation. Just recipes. Not meals. Elixirs. Pies. Preserves. Cures. Each one with a secret ingredient most would refuse to name. They said the best fat came from the gallows. Warm and soft, taken fresh before the body cooled. Apothecaries would pay well for it. Grave robbers even better. Midwives knew who to ask. Executioners knew where to look. There were rules, of course. The body had to be guilty. Had to be unshriven. Had to hang at midnight with no prayers whispered near the rope. That fat? That was potent. Especially when boiled with elderbark and bloodroot. Especially when sealed in wax jars, buried at crossroads, then unearthed after 3 nights of wind. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. There was a pie. That's what drew you to this story, wasn't it? A pie baked for a wedding, according to legend. A noble family's daughter in London. The guests were important. The ingredients extraordinary. It called for lamb, clove, juniper, and something rendered in secret, stirred into the crust until the dough was smooth and golden. Guests said the pie was exquisite. Some licked the plate. Some wept without knowing why. Within the year, 3 members of that wedding party were dead. Not of illness. Not of age. Just gone. One in their sleep. One lost in the Thames. One walked out into the snow and never came back. The bride? She never spoke again. Just sat in her window seat, staring out. Always east. Always toward the old cemetery. The cookbook didn't disappear. It moved. Quietly. Passed from kitchen to kitchen. Some say it ended up in the hands of a man who ran it in near Bristol. He had the finest meat pies in town. Travelers came from miles around. No one asked what made the crust so rich. One evening, a boy helping in the kitchen swore he saw the man pour something thick and red from a boot into the stew pot. He ran away that night. The enclosed weeks later. Another tale, Paris this time. A baker's apprentice found the book hidden beneath the floorboards of a butcher chapel. He didn't read Latin, but he followed the drawings. Drawings are easy. The first recipe called for thick and warmth taken from a wicked one. The apprentice didn't understand. Not fully, but he tried. The bakery burned to the ground.